Hey boys, recently I've been thinking about how could I make a guide on becoming a master in your classic air realistic battles. And well, since I've been just asked to make a guide, I thought why not just do it now. So I got out of bed, gave myself a couple of slaps in the face, and logged on War Thunder. So here we are, again, in the F-16 nets. Why did I pick this plane? Well, it's simple. Because it's honestly one of the best jets to learn how to play top tier matches with. It has really strong missiles. It's extremely maneuverable, unlike what others might think. The G limiter. But no. Once you get this plane to its optimal speed for turning, this plane becomes a beast. Couple this with great energy retention, and you get a furball machine. Cue the ace combat music. Now, my methods are clearly not made for beginners, but if you're like me and enjoy playing aggressively, you might learn a thing or two. Now here's my strategy. First of all, I'm gonna head to the middle of the map while staying at low altitude. Since nearly everybody in realistic battles likes to side climb, it will allow me to easily get position for a possible flank. And here we are. As you can see, there's multiple enemy crossing in front of me and not really paying attention. So I will attempt to launch a python and hope it hits. Unfortunately, this guy was actually paying attention, but it's okay. I have an F-14 right in front of me, and I'm gonna fire up a missile, and boom. This guy forgot how to flare. To be fair though, the python is really fast, and since he flared a bit too late, the missile didn't really have time to move out, so he just ate it right in the face. Now my goal is to turn around and go back to the furball. But I have to keep attention to this MiG-23 for example. This is why situational awareness is very important. If I hadn't seen this MiG-23 now that I ripped his wing, I would have probably died to his R-60. Another thing that is really good to do, with any planes really, is to get a radar lock. Even though you're using an IR missile, it'll help you lead the missile and ensure a good launch. And splash. By now, you've probably noticed, launching an all-aspect missile head-on at the very last second is also a viable way to surprise your enemy and get a quick kill out of them. But how can you counter this? Let's pre-watch this sequence. One thing that is important to do is to not stay in a straight line. You always want to move left or right, or even up, while flaring, to ensure that the missile doesn't fly straight to your face, as it is still tracking the flare that is sitting right behind you. Here's another example of what happens when somebody does not move. And there you go. Easy 2 kills. And here we are, into match number 2. So as you will see, in the beginning of a furball, I'll actually try to keep as much energy as I can. That's because the F-16 tends to be harder to maneuver when you are above 20 minutes of fuel. So I want to burn as much fuel as I can before starting to pull some ace combat shit. But in that case, I'll notice 3 enemy aircrafts at low altitude and not really paying attention. And as you can see, at this speed, the F-16 just starts to turn like a beast. And this will allow me to turn right into this F-14 and shoot him down. Right after that, what do we have here? Another F-14. Is he paying attention? No, he's not. But he's still gonna eat that missile for some reason and just J out. One other thing that is also good to do is to not go too fast when you try to take a shot on someone. I already know that he's gonna cross in front of me, so going too fast is probably just gonna make me compress and miss my shots. Another thing you should learn about free balls is to manage which weapon you're gonna use when engaging multiple enemies at once. In this case, you'll notice that when turning around, I will have two enemies in missile range, but only one of them in gun range. And well, I have one missile left. Now the choice may sound obvious. Keep the missile for the enemy out of gun range and gun down the other. But many people in War Thunder are simply too eager for a single kill that they'll forget to manage their weapons and miss out on two or more kills in short amount of times. So let's recap what we've talked about. We've talked about getting into an advantageous position at the start of a match, pulling surprise attack with all aspect missiles, and how to dodge those special attacks, things to do before starting to maneuver like ace combat, and managing your weapons to be able to shoot down enemies the optimal way. I hope this guide helped, and I'll see you next time. Please subscribe. Please.